Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. We're going to go in a very slightly tilted different direction 2019 and beyond. Why? Because you're advancing your frequency. So instead of us doing a lot of the manifestation techniques, I'm going to assume that you're an advanced manifester. And even if you don't feel that you are, I'm going to treat you like one. Because guess what happens when I treat you like one and you start to believe it? You are it. So there is a quote, Christ says, know that you already have it. That's how you manifest. Christ's message was, shift into that which you desire. Already know that it is done. And stop worrying about when it's going to show up in the material world, because you must shift into that reality in order for it to show up. You cannot be thinking and feeling in a different way and expect this other thing to show up, because your focus is over here. You're not the thing or the person that has this over here. This is a requirement. Know that it is done. All right? Why was that message given by Christ, and how was Christ able to do these things, and many other amazing prophets out there who are performing miracles? They understand energy. They understand what we are, and that we are not separate from the very thing we're trying to manifest. And so many out there who use law of attraction as their mindset. I'm using law of attraction. There's nothing to use. You are already all of the things that you desire, and all you need to do, the N word, I'm going to use it differently in 2019. All you need to do in order to bring that manifestation in is to shift into the reality and know that it is done. That's my 3-second manifesting and my 3-second reality shift. You're shifting into that, but what's behind it? You must know that it is done. You are the very energy that is manifesting that thing that you desire. You are that energy. It is not separate from you. It is not something that you have to ask for. It's not something that is going to give you stuff that you can, it is you. Even the higher self over there making decisions with you is you. This is going to be a concept that I hope becomes not so bizarre to you. When you realize, it'll scare the crap out of you, because then you realize that every thought and everything you're doing is taking you either into a negative, lower frequency, and that energy is where you're going to reside. Right? It's just a frequency within the one thing. If you're residing down here and that thing that you desire that is all, la-di-da fun, you cannot access it in a lower frequency. It doesn't exist. You cannot see it because your veil is here in this frequency and it is over here, right? That is in a different frequency. We must start shifting into the higher frequencies of that which we desire. Know that it is done. So now you become that person who has the thing, who has the life, who now thinks differently. So remember this. If you are thinking the same way and of lack, I don't have it, as the person that doesn't have it, then you have not shifted into the person who knows it is done. And this is the biggest challenge for human beings, is to release the fear and the doubt, total faith, and know that absolutely, I'm telling you right now, this is a fact, absolutely beyond the shadow of doubt, that situation or whatever it is exists right now for you. It is an existing reality, and you can shift into it. Now, so many people are thinking this is a trick, or I tried it, it didn't work. I tried a card trick and I didn't do it right. So that's that separation. No more separation. Done with separation. When you think badly about that person that has different skin color, sorry, you just dissed yourself. No separation. That energy is you walking around, and vice versa. We're one. Start thinking as a oneness, because that energy of which you do not see is all-powerful, intelligent, is reacting at every moment with you according to who and what you believe you are. So know that it is done. Doesn't mean that you are over here doubt, worry, I'm doubt and worry, don't have it, don't have it, right? Don't have it. This is me, don't have it. It's not going, don't have it, okay. It's going, don't have it, don't have it. You're in don't have it. When you shift over and you say, I have it, I am it, it's here. It's here. It's not like, I know I have it, and it goes, oh, okay, now I'm going to come to you. That law of attraction term that is still, we're talking about the same thing, but because you say law of attraction, there's no friggin' law, by the way. Look it up. There's no law. There never has been a law. It's just quantum physics. We're now advancing way past that. But if law of attraction, using that term works for you, by all means, use it. I'm not dissing it. I just see so many people is separation mentality by saying law of attracting. I'm attracting something to me. This is a reality that you are. And you, by focusing on whatever it is, it appears. So most of you are focused over here. This is a good one. I like the eyeglasses. You're focused over here. This is what you're seeing and this is what you are. It sees the world this way. Now you, because you're connected to all energy out here, focus over here, and that dream you want is now a reality. This is it. No thought behind it. Boom. Oh, I'm the dream now. And then you feel and think as that person. No analyzing. How do I get it? What do I need to do? How many times a day do I have to think about it? Nope, get it out of your head. That's, like I said, that's that separation parlor trick mentality. You are the very thing that you desire, but you absolutely are not believing in it. That's why you don't have it right now. And by the way, if you're on a lower frequency of the me, and all that stuff, you're going to have a lot of difficulty resonating with something that's on a higher frequency. And that's why when you give and you love and you have compassion, you can manifest anything you desire because you are no longer hindered with the negativity, the ego, the greed, the judgment, the hatred for other people, the political garbage. That is negative energy that in focus that you are bringing down your frequency. You cannot access a dream on that level. You cannot. Because your total focus is someplace else over here that's seeing the world really ugly. Switch into being this person. Alright, so advanced manifesting means, as Christ said, know that it is done. That is the most powerful statement. Well, how do I do that? There you go. You're still the person that doesn't know how to do it. I am the person that knows how to manifest with a thought. Why? Because there is no barrier between me and that energy that I am. I am. Did you do my I am meditation? Go through my meditations. I've got one. It's focus on prosperity and abundance. And what do? We don't just focus on it. We say I am. More and more I'm going to present to you opportunities to be the very thing that you desire because it's a fact that you are. You are the abundant person. You're not acting, thinking like it, feeling like it, and therein lies the barrier and the block to the dream. This is sitting right here for you anytime you want to be it. How does that person, so 2019, a lot of people, they do the resolutions and all this stuff, and I'm like, that's great, but you're still acting like the same person that you were yesterday and thinking, and oh, I'm going to try, and then you go right back into the habits. It's going to take real effort on your behalf. It takes effort. This is a challenge here. If it didn't take effort, we wouldn't be such a screwed up planet. We'd all be like la la la. But instead, we're going into that negativity. Be aware of that. That is not the frequency of somebody over here. This person that Christ was talking about absolutely has a feeling of total peace, no agendas, compassion and caring for the world, still can as an individual enjoy some amazing things. This is not separate, and that's a construct that, oh, this is evil, or I'm being selfish if I think about this. No, you're not. You can still be a giving, loving, compassionate person and say, I really do want the person of my dreams, or I really do want an amazing job. So I'm going to now be that person. So me as the person that doesn't have it, wants it, desires it, I have to know it is done. So I cannot be the person over here thinking it's done as a separate entity, believing I'm a separate entity. I must now operate as this person. So you cannot have the same thoughts or behavior or feelings. And we're addicted to that. We're addicted to that negativity, and then we give up. People in my internet training, I'm going to put it up here again. I'm going to keep putting it up there. If you guys listen, you go back to school, you learn something, you implement it. You get off your duff, and you start to do the work. And you will change your life in ways that are unbelievable. I did it. I'm walking around. I don't teach you stuff I'm not doing myself. So I have to sometimes sit down and say, what changes would I like to make? Because there are always higher goals. This is the fun part of life, right? There's always things that we want to go after. It's fun, it's exciting. How does that person act and behave and feel in that situation? So I must feel a certain way, knowing that it is done. All right, so then I actually imagine myself, and I feel what it's like to be in that room. Let's say you wanted a house. I can imagine myself, in the kitchen cooking. I actually am there. I will place myself there, not as a trick, because I already know it's done, and so I sort of go into that linear future space and imagine it. It creates, it's the focus, it's creating that. Not me going, okay, I'm going to do this to create something. That's me trying to do something to make it happen instead of being it. Do you understand the difference? Know that it is done. That is pure faith. That means you go to my internet training, you cannot question it. All right, there's some tough stuff I got to do. I got to get through it. How am I going to get through it? So you focus on getting through it to be the successful person, not the person that says, this doesn't work, I can't do, right? We all do it. Talk to the hand, man. Me, the little me, talk to the hand. The big you says, there's a dream, and I am that dream. Because there's no separation between me and anything that exists in the universe. None. No separation. Just individual expression. So I get to express myself as now this new person. Done. Done. And you're going to question yourself. I know you are. You're going to go, yeah, done. Oh, can't pay my bills. Yeah, well, guess what? You've been thinking and behaving like the person who's broke. So of course you can't pay your bills. So now as a new person, the new person says, how do I change this situation? I'm going to have to take some action because I put myself there. Somebody said they don't want to compromise on a job and they're absolutely penniless. I said, well, you just made a choice to be penniless. Another person would go get a couple jobs and figure out how to get that perfect job and be okay with the steps that happen between A and Z. I'm going to have to do a few things, and guess what happens along the way? You become a more educated, a better educated, a more productive, let's just say, expansive person. Because you're learning and you're becoming a different person along the way. If you stay here and you want to go over here, it's not possible. Why? Because you're still acting, feeling, thinking like this person, and over here is a completely different experience over here. And there are things you have to learn along the way in order to, oh, okay, now I know. Because this is unknown turf. How do you feel and think as a wealthy person? I didn't know there were certain things that go along with this, right? Some responsibilities and other things. Do I really want that? Maybe I don't need to be extremely wealthy. Maybe I just desire a certain lifestyle that's very comfortable, and that massive, I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire. I've never met one person that said that even like flourished at all. Because they're off in la la land. They're not understanding that this is real stuff. There's a progression that's amazing along the way that will get them exactly where they need to be, and that they're okay with that progression and what it takes. Because I know when they make those statements, it's a lot of crap. They don't believe for a minute they're a billionaire. They don't even know what it's like to be a billionaire. Billionaires absolutely have absolutely difficult lives. Huge challenges with having that kind of money and work. Never resting. Ask Oprah Winfrey. So, yes, go ahead and dream big, but do you really believe that it is done? Do you? It is done. That's a fact. But you, as the individual, if you do not shift into that reality, then you shall remain in the one you've created right now. That is a choice. There's no trick to this. It is 100% your choice. Dreams are real. Dreams are real. Sometimes they're more real than this material world here we call. So, this is not something that anybody can do for you or give you some magic formula. Just know that that is the key to shifting into the reality, is to know it is done and to now start to switch those patterns and behaviors, thoughts, feelings, as that new situation, that new person, and you do not quit until you start to see the results, and they will show up. Oh, I'm this fit, blah, blah, blah person, and it's like, you have to get off your chair and go work out. I'm sorry. So, I'll manifest it. No, you won't. Because the fit person knows it is done, acts like a fit person, and a fit person works out. So you absolutely cannot be the person who desires to be fit and doesn't work out. When you know it is done, you're working out. Even if your body doesn't look good, you're still acting and being the person that is super fit because you know it's done. You see yourself as the fit person, and sure enough, in a few weeks, that fat shed, your muscles are toned, you're feeling better. It was just linear time, but that's okay. You are now acting as the fit, awesome person who is doing what the fit, awesome person does, thinks like it, eats like it. It's that simple. And if you don't know what that person acts like, I guarantee you guys that want to be a billionaire have no clue what that means. I worked with billionaires. I guarantee you that you have no idea what it takes to do that. So do your homework. Find out. Yeah, don't ask for a handout. Go do the work and find out yourself, what does it take to be that thing that I desire? Am I willing to do that? And if I know it is done, I start to have to behave like that person. I may not want to behave like that person. The A to Z is not so much fun. The Z is not going to mean anything if I don't enjoy what it takes to be that new person. So do your research. What does it take? These guys, they want to make all the money, the internet stuff that we do. Well, I say, come talk to us. Ask us what we do every day and what we had to do to get that education to become entrepreneurs online. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't sitting there manifesting it, thinking about it. We were taking physical action because we are in a physical world. Amazing stuff happens along that way. Great lessons along the way. Amazing stuff. It's wonderful. This is part of being human. You are in for an amazing year. This is the year of transformation. It's going to keep going. I can't wait to see what I call the year 2020. I hope it's past transformation, but I have the feeling we have a few years of transformation. But get ready for miracles. When you shift into know that it is already done, you have already received it. So what happens when you have already received something? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I've did that recently. I put my thought in, I placed my order, because I know it's already done. I'm shifting that reality. I now imagine myself in that situation and I go, thank you. Thank you for giving me this awesome reality. Thank you. Damned if it doesn't always show up, because I don't doubt it. This is why how are you doing it? I don't doubt it. And when I do, stuff doesn't quite come through. It's like, right? The television, you sort of see the picture and you're like, where is it? And that's what most of you are doing. Really not over here, tuning into that channel. You got to shift and tune into that channel. You can't be all over the, the radio frequencies. You got to get right on it, and it'll be crystal clear voice, vision, everything will be crystal clear to you. And you don't have to have the details all the time. You'll work those out as you start to learn, go down that road, and you go, okay, oops, I have to fine tune this a little bit. Fine tune your manifesting. That's one of my other videos. Go back and find out how to fine tune your manifesting if you're not completely sure about switching into that no, it is done. If you're not sure what you want done, fine tune your manifesting. It may take a little while. That's okay. No fear. We're done with fear. Get rid of it. Negative energies exist. They have no power over you. You know how they do? When you go into fear, you're believing they do, so you create that reality. They have no power over you. There's always going to be lower frequencies. Hopefully at some point we'll get rid of them. I'm so done with that. Man, I am so done with lower frequencies, aren't you? Cheers to higher frequencies. All right. Choose it, know it is done, be that person, think as that person, act as that person, question nothing. Faith, 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 faith. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. You are the one, you are the energy that is creating the material world for you. You are that energy. You are it. Namaste.